This is what we're left with after storm number 3. Our town's highway department came by right before the second storm. They asked if they could take down a few trees that were leaning over. And of course we said, yes, you can take any trees that you want. And they asked us, are you serious? We can take all of them? And we said, yeah, take them all. And they took all of the trees here to the end. And that whole line of trees that went all the way down to the mailbox, and then the first set of trees that went over, they took it all and they landscaped it. So they took the tree stumps out. They basically just pushed the trees down. And they took the stumps that were there out as well, and they filled it back in with dirt. So great. That means I don't have to do it. And I'm very grateful. Unfortunately, though, it's left it looking kind of bare. So you're across the road, you can see right over to my house now. And there were trees all there. So it kind of created a little bit of a barrier. And now there's no barrier. So I have to think about what I'm going to plant this coming spring. I think maybe I might start a hedgerow with my willow. I was planning on selling the willow, but I think that's going to change. I'm not sure. A blueberry hedge, something. I have to think about what to put here. If you have ideas, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas because I'm not sure what to do. I'm just happy that the trees are mostly gone so that they won't fall on the onto the lines. Well, there's still those trees there. Those have to be taken out, and I guess Rob will do some of that. There's one that's leaning. Some of that will happen maybe this summer. And then the trees that are along the driveway, you can see a couple of them are leaning pretty badly. So, greenhouse update. This is broccoli. I think that's broccoli. Yeah. Yep, that's the broccoli. And this is cabbage. This particular cabbage is always slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good. I was hoping to plant, I think, about 20 cabbages, 20 of each or 10 of each. So that'll be good. Tomatoes for the hanging baskets. They got overheated yesterday. Yesterday it was 45 degrees, and before I got out here, my alarm started to beep. I have I have these thermometers, and they're supposed to start. See, it's 90 degrees in here. Windows open, heaters on, sun is like barely shining through the clouds. 90 degrees. So the thermometer goes off at like 95, and sun was out early in the morning, and I'm doing my chores and getting things done, and then all of a sudden I'm hearing beeping, but I'm trying to rush and get myself together to get out here, but because I needed to take the tops off, and before I was able to get out here, some of them had a little bit of a heat issue, but they still survived. I got them soon enough, but now I'm concerned that some of the seedlings, the ones that hadn't sprouted, may not sprout at all because they might have cooked. So we'll see what happens. It looks like the columbine is sprouting. That's cool. The snapdragons always sprout really well. This is calendula, and that's starting to sprout. This is stevia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look, 6, 7, 8. Nice. And so those are tomatoes. Over here is anise hyssop. This is lobelia. It's not a lot. I didn't plant a lot because I'm just going to use it as filler in my hanging baskets. This is my celery, the Utah tall celery. Now, I always have way more celery than I can ever use. So I'll probably only plant about 10 celery plants, and then sometimes if I can, I'll stick an extra celery plant in somewhere where there's a space because I overpack my gardens. But we'll see. I always plant more than I need because you never know what's going to happen. This is another set of calendula. They're sprouting, and this one's doing something weird. This is celeriac, and it's sprouting. It's hard to see the green, but they're sprouting as well. Only on that side. Let's turn this. Maybe it needs more heat. Let's actually move it closer to the heater and put it right there. Nigella is sprouting. You can see a little green. So I'm going to transplant the geraniums and probably some of the double cascade petunias as well. I think I'm going to start out with one per pot because I got really small pots, and I'm just a little concerned that if I put more than one in here, it's going to overwhelm the pot eventually. So I think we're going to do one per pot, and then I can always get more pots. I think that's how I'm going to manage it. And then in the if I need to add more, I might add some of the lobelia to enhance the look if I feel like I wanted to spice it up a bit. If I want to change it up. But we'll start with just one, because as they start to get bigger, I'm concerned that they're going to overwhelm the pot. These are actually going to be too small now that I'm looking at them for the tomatoes, but I might start the tomatoes in these, or I may go ahead and get bigger pots. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. So many decisions to be made. So with the tomatoes, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So for right now, I think I'll just I'll start with that. But let's get this at least done. Okay. And I have, oops. So those are done, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll wait. This is the second set, so I'll wait for most of those to flower. But we'll get those 5 done, and I think I'm going to do some of the others as well, but let's get this on here. 2 there, 2 there, 1 there, and next it's time to plant these. Double cascade petunias. I can't find a second one of this, and they haven't all flowered, so I'll just plant the one for now and plant a second one in later. But we have the double cascade petunias, 5 of those set up, and I'll plant more later. Petunias and geraniums. We've got 10 hanging baskets all done, and I'll probably do another 5 in a day or two as more of the geraniums and petunias flower and I can see what colors they are. I will also probably start to do the begonias soon. I think I'm going to actually transplant the begonias today into larger containers to separate them, and then that way as they flower we'll be able to also get those in hanging baskets. And strawberries, not going to transplant them yet, but I am going to do those soon also, because I'm going to put some of those in hanging baskets too. That's it. So from that first set, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put these two over here.